Thought I'd try another live stream today. I have no idea really what the video quality is like.
I'll get Kyle, we'll leave him on. See if we can get some kind of a rhythm going here.
Good luck finding a rhythm. See, someone finally joined up. I have no idea what the video quality is like. Don't be afraid to let me know if it's crappy. Maybe it's not worth streaming. Don't have the best service out here today. But we are running some pretty high yielding corn today. Probably can pick up your speed a little bit now, too. I had them going pretty slow earlier, but the plants have really dried off. I'm able to make a little better ground speed now. See if can't do a nice dump during our turn. I guess that'll help. Didn't realize I zoomed in. But this is one way we kind of gain some efficiency a little bit. Dumping during our turns. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'm trying. Whoa. Dude, he got way too close that time. He was that didn't go super smooth for the live stream. I need a tripod to set my phone on or something. It's hard to control my speed and steer and hold the cell phone at the same time. We did have a 250 average until I ran that back headland. You see all the red. The corn is very, very poor along the woods. So right now we're carrying a 240 average. Anybody out there want to let me know what the video quality looks like? Is it decent or very poor? Had a little drown out here. Little blurry, yeah. I don't have the best cell service right here. My dream is to actually do live streams with a good camera, but I need to figure out the internet situation. So that's what I'm going to work on for next. We probably really only have like a week to 10 days left of harvest this year, so I'm not going to worry about it this year, but I'm hoping by spring I can have some sort of to live stream from. The combine kind of just stopped to dump so that I can get a little closer to them. It's a little easier to get a rhythm sometimes if we stay close together. We got pretty spread out there for a while. And the grain cart couldn't keep up with us. Oh, what gleaners have we had through the years? Oh boy. Well, the first gleaner
You got some room.
that I personally remember is the N series. It would have been the N6. My grandpa, over the years, I don't know what all models he had. I'm just trying to think of the ones I personally remember. Like, I do kind of remember like maybe an L or an M that my grandpa had, but I would have been like really little, so I just kind of vaguely remember them. But I remember the N6, I remember the R52s, the R62s, R66s, R67s, I think is what we had. Then I had a S67, and now the S78. I had one of those, and now I'm in S98 now. But as far as like ones I've operated, or at least rode in, I remember riding in the N6, and I remember operating the R52, R62, all the R60s series. It's going pretty good. Got some good yields again today. Got a little bit of a late start because of the frost again this morning, but overall it's going pretty well. It was a little slow going at first because the corn plant was awfully wet this morning once the frost melted off, so I couldn't make very good ground speed, but now I'm going decent. Yeah, we've always been a gleaner farm, back to that. So that's really the only combines that have ever been on our farm. And I'm 43 years old. But I did run a lot of them, a lot of different ones. The 52, I'd have been like, the R52, I'd have been like 10 years old. But I do remember operating it. But I probably mostly operated like the R62. And I can't remember, was it an R6? Yeah, it would have been an R66. And then didn't they have an R67? Something like that. And then the S series. The N series, honestly, I never ran it. I was too young. I would have been like under 10 years old when that combine was on our farm, but I remember riding in it. And our particular N6 was a major headache. I just remember that. It was always breaking down. They always had a lot of problems with it. But I personally never operated it. Yeah, so I did operate a 66 and a 67. The R67 is about a mile right over there. There's a cell phone tower. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but right next to that cell phone tower is where I burnt an R67 to the ground running corn about 20 years ago. I thought it was a 67, but I wasn't sure. And then we went from the R67 to the first S series for us was a S67. So that was kind of the progression we took. Yep, the old R67 burnt to the ground. Kind of the way I remember it, the R67 or the R66 had like the same cab and stuff as the R62, and probably even the R52 are pretty similar. But the R67 had like an updated cab. It's kind of how I remember those combines, but it's been a while since I've seen one in person. But if you ever drive through the area that we farm, which I think you said you might live in Colorado, so you probably won't, but my uncle has a barn. He lives out, or the barn is on like kind of a busy road, and a lot of people know of it because he has a big mural of a Gleaner combine on the side of his barn for everybody to see when they drive by. It's pretty cool. I think the mural is of a S77, I believe, because that was his first S-Series combine. You can find pictures of it on Facebook, of the barn and the mural. I bet you if you Googled Gleaner mural barn or something like that, I bet you'd find it somehow. Yeah, time flies. It does not seem that long ago, but sure was. So this is my third S-Series combine. Like I said, I had the S67, the S78, and now the S98. So I've been fortunate enough to run a few of them. And I was also fortunate enough. Ooh, I see some sirens over there. Either an ambulance or something's going on. The house over there. But I was also fortunate enough to run, the R series as I was growing up. Yep, the Silver Cedars. Just got to know how to adjust them. Oh, behind that Ideal combine, when we demoed that the other day, I mean, I found plenty of corn on the ground behind that. It's all depends on your setting and your settings, and every combine is going to lose some. But I personally think the Gleaners, you can dial them right in pretty good. So I'm not real sure why they have that reputation. I don't know if, back in the day, they used to be kind of bad on loss or what. But yeah, there's a cell phone tower right there. We're only a mile away from where I burnt that R67 to the ground. Or maybe it's or 65. I don't remember what the heck it was now. The R50, yeah. Yeah, I remember the R50. I don't know if I ever ran a 50 or not. Probably not. That would have been a little bit before me. Ooh, Capcorn. Dang it, every time. I knew I should have stopped just a little sooner. I didn't lose much this time, but just a slight downhill grade.
Spin around, get Kyle.
And the corn, it's like 22, 23% moisture, so it just doesn't pile as good. So it likes to slide off. Yeah, the Deutz, I remember those. My uncle had one with the Deutz motor in it. Those things sounded beefy, like really throaty. Screaming. I remember it. Had like the green decals, I believe, right? Yep, my uncle was a big fan of the Deutz. I think that was his favorite machine, honestly. So me and my brother, we got these gleaners here, obviously. But my uncle and my cousin, they also run gleaners. Yep, green, yeah. I remember, I can picture it in my mind, for sure. I remember it as a kid. You know, we'd haul wagons, tractors and wagons, you know, hauling the corn, and so we'd always be sitting up on the headlands, and when he'd turn around with that thing, holy cow, blow your eardrums out. But my uncle has a S97 and a S78, so they run two of those as well. I'd have to ask him. I feel like that used to be, anyways, his favorite machine, that Deutz. I'd have to ask him if he still feels that way. My uncle is a really big gleaner guy. And then I've just been pretty fortunate. I've ran a lot of new combines. Pretty lucky to be in an S series, really, especially the S98. Yeah, no, I can't really remember if there was an R67. It probably was 65 is what I'm thinking of. I don't really remember, I guess. I'd have to Google it. R60. Skis keeping everybody safe with his beacons on. Got to pick on him about that. I know I get a little confused because we had, like I said, our first S series were 67s, but it also seems like there was R67s as well. But I could be wrong. I have a horrible memory. Thank you. We always need luck. Yes, I apologize if the video quality is not very good. I don't have great cell service, but I just thought I'd try it anyways, and if people watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. But I will try to figure out a solution to that for next year. And I think it'd be cool if we built like a little community around all this. I'd like to live stream like on Friday nights or something. Like every Friday night we do like a live stream during harvest or something where we can just kind of hang out, do field work together. It's kind of my dream anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna try to still make videos in the off season. I haul a lot of corn in the winter, so I might be able to do some content based around hauling corn and stuff like that. But it just probably won't be as frequent. We're pretty far behind right now on releasing videos anyways. So there, even when we're done, I bet you I'll still have quite a few videos to put out from harvest. But yeah, I will still try to put something out through the off season. I just got to figure out what, I don't want it to be boring. You know, like a weekly video of some kind would be cool, but I just don't know exactly what it will be of yet. Might be able to get some like snow plowing videos and some corn hauling videos, stuff like that. Because outside of that, we're just not real busy in the winter. I could think of a couple maintenance jobs to do on this S98 in the winter, but they're fairly minor though. And you know, it'd be like changing my final drive oils and you know, some of those type of projects, but I just don't know. Kind of a long answer, but so I will try. How's that? But regardless, if I don't put out much during the winter, come planting season, I will be right back at it. You know, once the weather warms up and we're back outside working. So this isn't just a one season thing. It'll be, I'll continue doing it as long as people watch and subscribe. So thanks, Owen. I didn't want to try to necessarily copy, you know, some of the bigger accounts like Millennial Farmer and those guys. You know, I didn't want to like try to be just like them or anything. I'm just trying to do it in my own style, and hopefully people enjoy it enough to watch it. I'm not trying to teach people how to farm and stuff like that either. Just kind of day in the life type videos, and you know, if we can be a little bit funny here and there, we try, but not really try, but I try to show the funny moments if we can. Yeah, I'm not trying to like be like any of those other channels necessarily. I mean, in reality, it's gonna kind of be the same because we're doing this same thing, farming, but hopefully it's a little different. So glad you like it. Do I change the rotor gearbox every year? oil? No, I do not. But I think we are going to start doing it. Maybe not every other year, but at least every other year. Or, you know, at least dip your finger in the check plug and see what the oil looks like. You know what I mean? And if it's dark, change it. So yes, we will start keeping a better eye on it. So to answer your question, no, we do not change it every year, but we're definitely going to change that practice up a little bit. I think we may have learned our lesson on that. Especially now that I know a better way to change it. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get the oil in it. But now that I figured out to take that cover off inside of the bin, you'll see in the video where I actually replace the gearbox whenever that comes out. You'll see me putting oil in it, and I take a cover off that's inside of the grain tank. Now that I know how to do it, or like know about that, we'll be doing it more often for sure. Because it's a pretty simple process. But without taking that cover off, I mean, last time I changed one, I had changed the oil. I mean, I had a heck of a time getting oil pumped into it. So it's always been kind of one of them things like, oh yeah, we should change the oil, but it's, you know, a pain in the butt. Yeah, absolutely, it is hard. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, but yeah, so like kind of one of those things that we would dread. But now, and probably the older combines don't have this cover of the grain tank. But now that I know you can just take that off, get access to the fill plug, like directly, and just dump it right in there. Literally, it probably takes 10 minutes. Super easy, so. Let's kind of look at the yield. We're at 242. It does have a little light test weight. Last I heard anyways, I haven't heard an update from the truck drivers recently, but it was down at like 52 test weight, so that's going to cost you some bushels. Not sure what the deal was. Actually, the last update I heard was 54, so it did kind of climb back up a little bit. We farmed 4,000 acres. Between wheat, soybeans, and corn. Next year, there is potential of us losing some of those acres. We're not real sure yet. It would be nice to know an answer to that, but so yeah, about 4,000 acres. Yeah, it's a good amount for sure. And we're full, so I gotta.
It's over. Small for you. Chris, you'll probably be able to. Oh, they'll stay there. Copy.
Yes, yeah, I know what quart jug you're talking about with the pointy tips. Yes, that's what I've used as well. You'll see when this video comes out, you'll see how I did it. I could actually get access with a funnel. I just stuck a funnel right down there and dumped the bottles right in. It worked like a charm. Super quick, super easy. But like I said, this cover probably only exists on the S series. So if you have an older machine, it probably does not have this cover. It might. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. We may lose some acreage just because it's some rented ground, and the gentleman that we were renting it from passed away. Let's just put it this way, that there is a legal battle over his estate. If it goes one way, we'll continue farming it. And if the legal fight goes a different way, we probably will not be. So we are just kind of waiting to hear. It's just kind of one of those things. And it's unfortunate because it's some of our some good ground, so it'd be unfortunate to lose it, and it's a good chunk. But we have no idea. What will happen there.
Rich, you can probably stay on the west side of the house there.
The other combine's full again already. Yeah, we just cannot find a good rhythm in this field, so we're having to stop. This is an 80 acres, so it's not like it's overly huge. But the corn is just yielding really well. So that's the battle you face when you're getting good yields. We could use a new grain cart. We really need a new grain cart. This one's getting a little worn out. It doesn't dump fast enough. We need something that can pull up to the trucks and dump a little faster, so that we don't have to keep shutting down and sitting still like this. It happens pretty frequently. In a way, it's kind of a good problem to have, but you know, it means you're growing a crop. All right, squeeze. Send them a little. Yeah, this is it all day long, man. We can move a lot of bushels in a day. But hopefully you guys will see one of our new long form videos soon. I really don't know. My wife does the editing, and so it's just kind of up to her when they get made and put out. So if you follow my long form videos and my shorts and all this stuff, it might get a little confusing, because you'll be like, oh, I thought that already happened, or I thought they already did this. My long form videos are probably a week behind real time right now, I bet you. Somewhere in there anyways. So that's why I started doing more POVs, because I can record them and then upload them right here from the cab. So at least I can at least have something out there for you guys every day. That's what I've been trying to do. I don't know if I'll do a POV today. I was going to try to take the day off a little bit from recording. Like, I have been recording, but I don't want to record all day. I haven't enjoyed got to just sit back and fully enjoy one day of harvest yet, where I could crank the radio. So one of these days, I'm just not going to record for one day. And not that I'm complaining, because it's obviously I want to do this, but it does become a little much at times. Especially one of these days we'll be doing a lot of small fields. I'll be turning all day, and So that will probably be the day that I don't record. Well, I'd say our goal is 200 acres a day, but we have not achieved that once this year in corn harvest. During beans, we were knocking that out every day. But corn harvest has been a different story. And it's not necessarily because of like our capabilities here in the field. It's just been solely due to our wet storage capacity. We own a grain elevator, but we rent out a lot of our storage to an ethanol plant. And so we share our wet capacity, our wet tanks and our dryer with all the other farmers, that sell their corn to the ethanol plant. So that kind of restricts on how many bushels we can bring in a day. It all depends on the dryer. So yeah, that's kind of why we haven't really hit our target yet this year. That's not typical for us to not be able to knock out 200 acres in a day. But just is what it is. The grain dryer's been busy. Gets a little frustrating, but that's also why I said I haul a lot of corn in the wintertime. I will be hauling corn from our grain elevator over to the ethanol plant. They usually give us a monthly quota.
Hey, Steve, you want me to back up?
And we haul it to them. So. But yes, the short answer is 200 acres is our daily goal. Just not hitting it in corn harvest. This might get a little tricky here. 1, 2, 3. Trying to do a headland while I'm holding my phone. Just want to make sure my count is right first, and it was. Jeez, skis. Do not back up, skis. You almost backed into me. Or we almost backed into each other. The green cart.
Yeah, I was trying to back into the row you were cutting.
Well, yeah. The grain cart guy needs to just stay out of the way until the combines are fully out of the way. Because you never know what we're going to do. Not trying to pick on him, just saying. That's just kind of the general rule. But I'm also moving a little slow and clunky because I'm holding a cell phone with one hand. The grain cart also has ginormous tires, and I don't think they can really see behind them in the mirror, so. Oh yeah, I would just say we're halfway right now. We had 1,750 acres of corn, and I think we got about 900 left. So at this current pace, I would just say we'll be done in 7 to 10 days. Probably more 10. If I had to put an estimate on it, that's what I would say. So yeah, the grain elevator works pretty good with our farm operation in general, but it does restrict us a little bit, you know, which as a farmer that can be frustrating, but there's also some benefits there, you know. Obviously we get paid for storage and for hauling, so you know it's its own kind of little business.
You are getting backed up some, Chris.
Just the downside is that some days you don't get to run as long as you want. Like last night, we had to quit at 7 o'clock because the wet bins were full. They had enough corn to dry till morning, and they need to be essentially empty by morning for their customers. So,
Keep coming.
you know, that gets a little frustrating, but just whatever. If you didn't see my POV I did yesterday of opening up a field, and you're wondering what the hell I'm doing right now, like why I'm cutting around on angles, and well, go watch that video. I explain it pretty well. But this is what it looks like with two combines. I did the POV yesterday by myself. As you can see, he already did his wedge over there. So, but after I get this cut back, our corner is completely wide open. And yeah, honestly, you don't run over any corn doing it like this, like at all. It's hard to turn around and stuff one-handed. That's the only downside. But if we stick to this process of how we do our headlands and stuff, and it's because then with two machines, we can always kind of predict what the other person's going to do, and we never really get in each other's way. Yeah, I'll go maybe another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes here. Maybe we'll just make it an even hour. We've been going for 43 minutes. It seems like people are still watching, so I guess I'll keep going. But hopefully you can at least tell what's going on. And if anybody out there has any good ideas of how to live stream like high quality footage, I would love to know that. If anyone has any good solutions for your internet high speed
Good to go, Chris.
on the go,
Copy that.
because I would just strap my phone right to my head and live stream, or my camera right to my head. am essentially full, but I'll run these a little bit to the truck. We'll probably both stop and empty out in the truck, and then split the field at the same time. That's probably what we'll do here. I don't know if you can see those little spot mirrors. I'm getting full. I got just a little gap there, so I gotta be careful here when I stop. Otherwise I'm gonna spill again. And my camera, that's telling me I'm about to overflow. So I gotta be careful. You can dump off first. Let him spin around and there's the old S97. Starlink, yeah, I've thought about that. I just don't think I'm thrilled with their prices. And I already pay a decent amount for phone and internet and all that crap, but yeah, I kind of agree with you there. That's probably the best option. I try to relax when I can. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. You guys like watching this. I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to study that and figure it out. So I will try to get you guys better quality live streams in the future somehow. I'll figure it out. It just might take a little time. It ain't gonna happen for this harvest, I can tell you that, just because, like I said, we got a week to 10 days maybe left, so camera was having a hard time focusing there for some reason. Yeah, maybe there's even different camera settings I could use. Now that I'm sitting still staring at it, I can kind of see I can kind of see my camera, for whatever reason, is having a hard time focusing. I don't know if I'm jiggling too much or what. I have a Pixel 10 Pro, so it should be a pretty good camera. Yeah, I'm not sure on the monthlies either for Starlink. I want to say when I looked, it's like, I don't know, like 150 or 60 a month, something like that. I guess maybe it'd be worth it if I made it my main internet source at home, but I have really good internet at home, so I don't really want to pay that much, for just a mobile option. I don't know. Like I said, I'll study up, see what other options there are, see what other people do. Because I know plenty of people live stream on location, so there's got to be some options out there. Supposedly there's a way to live stream like from my GoPro even, but because that would be a better picture quality, but the problem with the GoPros are the batteries overheat within about 35, maybe 40 minutes tops, so can't really make videos longer than that. Yeah, I just tell them to get out of here. Yeah, you're good to go. Los Skis has just a little bit. You only got room for maybe 50, 60 bushel, something like that. So you're good to go.
Okay. You want to put in the skis or you don't?
You want to put something in here, Rich?
No, I'm okay.
Alright, I'll take you guys across. I'll do one more round down and back. Then I'll probably end this. So enjoy your final round. Yeah, no, I watched someone live stream on the ocean too. Yeah, and it probably is Starlink. You're probably right. I would assume that is by far the best option. It's just a matter of if I want to pay for it or not. I guess it depends on how the YouTube channel does, you know what I mean? If the YouTube channel is making some money, I have no problem doing that. Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of see where this channel goes, you know? I think I'm getting enough subscribers to where I will probably buy a drone this winter. And so when I'm planting in the spring, I can get some drone footage. That'll probably attract some more people. I honestly had no idea if anybody would subscribe when I started it. So I just kind of started it on a whim one day, and here we are. Just a few weeks later, got over 500 people, so we'll just see what happens here. But I would say for next season, you know, next planting, I would say we'll have some drones going for the long form videos, you know, to get some good action shots and stuff like that. What about Bipley, Smitty? No, we're at Jordan Road, Corey's house. We were at 250, Jeff, until we did the back headland. I see that. You're a stalker. The test weight was a little bit light. But, yeah. Bipley's is already done. How was your hunting trip? right. Come out for a ride one of these nights. Smitty is one of our friends. He's actually our agronomist, but also our friend. So he's kind of stalking us right now. I feel like he should be in a sprayer somewhere, doing some work. If you're still there, Jeff, you could make me one of those pizzas. That looks so good that night. Getting close to full again. So one pass across this 80. I'm gonna pick up 200 and probably 45 by the time that counts up, maybe 250. So in one pass, 250 bushel. Looks like this is going to end up just about right time-wise. I said we'll go about an hour, and by the time we get to the front, it'll probably be an hour or so. Yeah, I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. I don't really know what you do in the community section on a YouTube page for sure yet. I mean, I think it's just, you know, kind of like a message board maybe or something, I don't know. But I kind of named ours yesterday. It's going to be Dirt Nation. I think that's kind of a cool name. And I will, this winter, I'm going to, even if no one else wants to buy them, I'm going to do like some t-shirts and stuff. I will advertise them if anyone does want to buy them, but I'm going to wear them personally, so the capacity in my bin, about 350. Say 350 is probably tops. It's a corn and it's piling up really good without running over. You could probably get 360 or maybe 370. Maybe. But the short answer is 350. And right now I'm at 307, 310. I don't know if you can read the number up top there. Then how far I can go. Plus I got the camera. You see the corn crackling. As soon as the corn will start tucking my lens, like I did right there, that's when I know I gotta really start stopping. Because that camera lens is at the very tippy top of my bin. So that camera up top has been that's my favorite camera that I have on here. I'll show you all the cameras here in a second once he gets up here. backup. That's obviously me dumping into the cart. So the camera's on the very end of the auger out there somewhere. Oh, it's right below that light. So that's that. That's inside the cleaning shoe. It's where the corn drops, you know, in front of the fan and on top of the sieves. And then this one's my bin. As you can see, it's starting to go down now. I think I need to tip my bin camera up a little bit. Combine, I kind of thought, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's neat, but kind of stupid. You know, it's not that useful, is what I should say. But to be honest with you, I use them all the time. I'm always looking at them. See how good we can pile them up here. I don't know if I have enough corn left in me to give him a really huge load here, but we'll see. See, if Skis was watching the live stream, he would know how full he is right now. Maybe he is, I don't know. Are you watching, Skis? No, I don't think so. Yep, not the biggest load in the world, but he's still pretty full, so. She's empty, but she fills up quick, so good to go, Skis. Yeah, so that's what an hour of our harvest looks like. I'd be interested to know how many times I dumped in that hour. Should have someone keeping track. But yeah, thanks to everybody for watching. I appreciate everyone that watches any of the videos, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. The more people that subscribe, I think the more stuff we'll end up doing over time, whether it's live streams, POVs, and long form content. You know, the more entertaining videos. And the more stuff I'll add to it, like drones and maybe better cameras and all that. So, all right, that will be the end of this stream. Thanks again. Have a good day.